Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for tuning back in. So, our humidifier is not working well. Last year, I tried to fix this and I thought I fixed it. I removed it from there and I had to open it, and then I saw tons of calcification. You know those white thing? Yeah, so maybe that was the part that was preventing it from allowing the coil from moving back and forth. And this is clean now. That was from like 8 months ago. But it's still not working well. I'm not sure why. So what I did is I tried to measure the voltage coming out from this one. It was actually connected to these two here. They're connected. I've already removed the plug just to make sure I don't get hurt, right? It's only 110 volts though. So let me put this zip tie first. Oh my god, it's wasting my time. It fell. So the middle two pins there, the female pins, actually goes out to here, okay? And this one has a voltage of 27 volts based from my multimeter. It's a cheap multimeter, so I guess that 27 volts is wrong. Most likely it could be around maybe 25. And this solenoid is rated 24 volts, 60 hertz. And it's AC, okay? It's not DC. So what I did today I connected 2 wires in the 2 center female pins, because again that was reading like 27 volts. And what I did is I manually touch or connected the pins. Oh, right here, I've got this here. I used these 2 wires earlier, and I attach it there, and then this 2 here, this two points, the 2 wires, I connected it to this 2 here. Yeah, the 2 top ones, because that's the one that goes to the solenoid. And it turned on, the fan turned on. I tried to hold it for like a minute, and I was hoping this will actually become warm. And that thing there, that's the valve, the piercing valve. This part, see, it's warm. Here, just a little warm. This one is cold now. It means even if I put power, this one was still not working. So I guess this is bad, even if I cleaned it last year. So I want to take a look at it again today. Oh, one more before I continue talking about cleaning this up. I also use my multimeter to see if the solenoid is good by setting it to resistance. I set it to 2000 ohms, and the reading was like 19. And I learned that in order to figure out or to find out if solenoid is bad, if it actually reads 0, but it read 19 ohms. So I was thinking last night, okay, this is still good. But when I applied power to this 2 over here, the only thing that started was the humidifier, and yeah, but the pipe here, the 1/4 inch pipe or the 7 mm diameter pipe, still very cold. Yeah, so that means water from there was not actually passing through the solenoid. So this is not getting triggered. So we are going to remove the solenoid. Okay, the power cable has already been removed from the power outlet. Okay, it's safe. Okay, and it's also disconnected because this is where you get the power from. So I'm gonna remove that, and then I made some special cover because I don't have any shut off valve here. Okay, and even if I turn that off, I think that's already broken. Yeah, the valve. The water kept continue flowing last year. So what I did is I made a 3D print. I'm gonna put it in the description so you can download it too. It's 7. This one, the 1/4 pipe, 1/4 inch pipe. It actually measures like 7 mm in diameter, but the internal of this, I made it 7.1. Okay, and then so that I'll be able to push it, and then hopefully it actually sticks well. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna use the zip tie that you saw earlier to tighten it up. Yeah, and then you can also use Vaseline. You can actually apply it there because that will also prevent water from coming out. But the water is not really strong, okay? Because we're gonna try to close the valve as well. So yeah, let's start now. I'm gonna remove this solenoid, and then we're gonna open it and see what's going on. And I guess I'll just have to buy. I couldn't remember how much this one is. Hopefully it's not expensive. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay. Yeah, it's still moving, see? It's still good. So I'm not sure which one is bad then. Could this be the bad part? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe because it got stuck, right, for many months or years. So maybe this burnt. Maybe that's the reason why it's not energizing the coil anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy a new one like this. Yeah. So yep. Unfortunately, guys. Yep. So I don't know if we should move. Alright, guys, after reinstalling the solenoid and rewiring it, it still didn't trigger or energize the solenoid. But sometimes it would actually click. But looks like the problem is coming from this device, the humidifier. Looks like it's not enough to energize the solenoid. Yeah, we'll see. Hey guys, good morning. Another day of troubleshooting. I think I figured out the culprit. The culprit may be the humidistat. Okay, I'm referring to this one. I opened it today, but I have not tested this part yet, and we will soon test this. So this is coming from the humidistat, right? Now, if I short this too, this is coming from the humidifier, we'll be able to energize the solenoid. Look, that's what I did this morning. Look, you can hear it. See, it's working now. And then to prove you that it's working and solenoid is getting triggered, you heard it, right? What I'm gonna do is gonna remove this tube here. I was able to remove it earlier. It's kind of hard, and you'll see water was coming out. See, there you go. Water's there. There you go. See? Do you see it? Okay. Yeah, it's working. So now the next test that I'm gonna need to do is to actually connect this two back together. right? It was connected there, and then we will remove this two thing here, and we will short this wire, so making a closed circuit. All right, let's get started. Okay, I've installed back the wires from the humidistat. Okay, and I've also connected it back to the power, and I've also removed the humidistat, which I think is the culprit. Okay, so those are the two wires, and we'll try to short this thing together. Okay, and if we hear something, it means it's working. No, I didn't hear anything. Oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, I didn't hear anything. We should hear something, right? That's a different thing now. Wow, I didn't hear anything. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, it didn't work. Why? Wow. Something is wrong. I gotta tighten that part. It's leaking, okay? Because I took this out last night. Let's see. What's going on? Alright guys, so earlier we tried to short this two together and it failed to energize the solenoid, right? This wire, these two wires here came from behind this. Okay, so I tried to track down where it's actually headed to. It actually goes to a 24-volt relay. Yeah, that one. And I think that's the culprit. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to remove the relay from the wiring by taking out these two caps, this and this, because this wire, yeah, this one actually goes to the humidifier. Yeah, here, this one, that's the one. All right, so we've turned off the furnace, by the way. It's off, but these two are still working based on my tests. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this too. Okay, and then we'll make a closed circuit. So we'll remove the two wires. Okay, white goes to white, black goes to red, but we're not gonna remove the relay, this other cap here. Okay, I don't want to confuse myself. We only need to test this one. All right, by doing this, by making a closed circuit, it should trigger or energize the solenoid. Okay, it's connected right here, and I can either do the closing here or there. So maybe either way it's gonna work, and we should hear it. And I should plug in this later before we close the circuit. Yeah, okay, let's do it now. All right, guys, before we continue, I have to pause because I don't want to get confused with the sound that the boiler is making. So let me do a summary of what we've been doing. So last night, actually last year, the first thing I did was to check this. It had tons of calcified buildup, which might have caused the relay to fail. Okay, or something to fail. So I took this out and I cleaned it up, and something, the color white, which I believe is the calcified buildup, prevented that thing, the rod with a spring around it, actually prevented it from moving this way. So I cleaned it up and then tested the the coil, sorry, the two wires with a 9-volt battery. And I heard it tick. I heard it click. So I assume it's working now. Okay, that was last year. But then it didn't work. So it was winter, so I had to stop. And I spent like a week trying to debug it, and I never got it to work. So then next is this thing here, the humidifier. I started figuring out what these wires are for. So the two middle yellow wires actually provides a 24 volt voltage AC. Okay, and this one is wall powered. You can see here, right? And I thought this one was actually providing the power. Maybe it does. I'll let you know later. So when I measured it last night, I just started doing the debugging of the humidifier last night. This actually read, the yellow wires read actually 27 volts VAC. Okay, and the solenoids wires are connected to the outside right there, the color black. And I tried it again last night. It didn't work until I shorted, or I made a closed circuit of the yellow. So I shorted both the yellow here, the yellow wires, the 24 volts, making a closed circuit, and it actually worked. The solenoid got energized. Okay, so now that was when I removed this brown wire here. I shorted the two yellow cables, and that got energized. So now I'm thinking, maybe it's the humidistat. Okay, so I tried to, this was still close. Okay, so I tried thinking maybe this is the one that's the culprit, because I tried setting it to on and it still wouldn't energize the solenoid. So I took it out today, as you saw earlier. I took it out and then I shorted the two wires. Oh my god, it's still not working. Okay, it was still very, very intermittent. Sometimes it would get energized real quick and stopped right away. I saw like little sparks, but it was not continuous. Okay, so I tried to hunt down this wire where it goes down to, and then I saw an opening here. Okay, the sound from the boiler is gone, so we can start testing. But anyways, I tried to hunt down that wire. Goes right here and goes right there, and then there's a hole under here. So I had to remove the cover, which is this one. And then before I did that, I had to turn it off. I have to turn off the furnace. This one. And then look for it by moving the wire right here. See? And found out, there's something in here. There's a 24 volt relay. And then the next thing that we will do now is we're going to short this too. It's just basically, that two wire there that you see is basically this one. Okay? It's just an extension. It's just shorting. And then we should be able to energize the solenoid. Okay? Let's do it now. So right now it's open circuit. Right? So we're gonna turn it on. Okay, it's connected. That power outlet is good. It's still short. We should hear something and we should see water come out here. Okay, that's why there's a nap tissue there. Okay, so I'm hoping this is gonna work. Let's see. It's gonna be hard because it's one hand. So, did you hear it? There you go. There you go. Let's see the water. Water came out. See? Coming out here. See? It's good. Yeah, look at that. See? Look. It's dripping. Yeah. Cool. And I don't want to get water in there. So, I guess we've found the culprit. The culprit is this 24-volt relay because we've bypassed it. Remember, when we tried to short this, it was very intermittent. Okay? It was passing through the 24-volt relay, and it was very intermittent. Now, we bypassed the relay, we shorted this, and it worked really fine, and we heard it. So, I'm gonna buy a new one, a new relay, just like that. And then, yeah, guys, I'm really happy. We finally found the issue. So, I'm pretty sure that's the culprit. Alright guys, I received the brand new 24 volts electronic relay and I've installed it, and I'm gonna show it to you later. Right now we can tell it's running now. This one is also hot now, so it's fixed. So the culprit is really the 24 volt electronic relay, and I'm gonna show you. So this one, see, I have to tighten it. It's leaking. Yeah, I have to tighten this. Yeah, it's wet, so water's coming out again. So later, after it's done running, we're going to open this and we're gonna take a look at the filter. But anyways, this is the old broken electronic relay. Okay, yeah, there you go. So I bought a brand new one from Amazon. It's an April Air brand. Okay, so once this is done running, we're going to shut down the main circuit for the furnace. Alright, as I promised, I'm going to show you the furnace and the new 24 volts electronic relay. So we'll have to turn off the furnace. So furnace is 25. So 25. Okay, that's 25. And this is the power cord for the humidifier. And just to make sure, we'll also turn off the furnace here. Okay, and then let's open. Oh, this is the furnace. Okay, yeah, there's just lock here. There you go. This one though requires a tool. We need to remove this. There's two, 1 and 2. Okay, I've removed the 2 screws here, and again we turned off the circuit breaker for the furnace. That's very important. And this is the brand new one I installed. It's an April Air 24 VAC, 24 volts VAC, model 50. Okay, the one that I removed is also an electronic relay model A50, and they look the same. So I had to look at the specs. And yeah, also you'll wonder why there is a wire here going through the metal bracket. That is extremely important. Don't forget that. That's a common wire connected to the motor. There's a blower's motor there, okay? And then what this thing does is it senses if there's a current passing here around like 4 amps. And if there is, it's gonna I think open, making, or maybe closing a circuit, making a closed circuit. Yeah, so that's all I did. So again, for the troubleshooting, here's what I did first. Okay, let's go here. Last year, this wouldn't even click. I wouldn't hear it gets energized. So I had to take this out. This is called solenoid, and I saw tons of calcified debris. I had to clean it, and then after I've cleaned it, that metal cylindrical piece in the middle with the spring around it started moving, like going back and forth. So that's good. And then, oh, this is hot. And then, before cleaning it, I have to use a 9-volt battery, and then I connected the battery here. I just shorted it real quick, like a split second, and I didn't hear it click. So it means it didn't get energized. When after cleaning it, doing the same test, I started hearing the clicks. It means it started moving, that thing. So I assumed it was fixed, okay? Until after a year, which is this year. And then the next thing I did was, what did I do next? Oh, I bypassed this whole thing. This wire is the one you saw earlier inside the furnace. This one goes to the furnace as well as to the humidistat. Humidistat is this. There's 2 wire. Yeah, right here. Okay, that's the humidistat. Goes down here and connects to the 24 volts relay here. And then that thing, the white wire, goes to the other wire that you just saw there. Okay. So it's connected, and then this is the red one is the other wire, and then the yellow is the one that comes from the 24 volts relay. Okay? Yeah, so you're just making a circuit. And then, like what I said, I took this out. Yeah, this is the white wire. I removed this, and then I shorted the 2 yellow together. Yeah, this 2 yellow, I shorted them real quick, and the humidifier started. It started working. So that means there's no issue with the humidifier. Next thing I did, I placed this back. I put back the caps, and then I took this out, the cover, and then there's 2 wires here as well, just like what you saw. And then I shorted them together. It didn't work. Okay, it was failing. Okay, and that was when the furnace was running. I did that. I shorted this, and then while the furnace was running, water was not coming out. It wasn't working. Okay, so that was wrong. This is not the culprit. I mean, next thing I did is this. I bypassed the relay, and then I just shorted this wire, which is actually the same thing that I did. We're just extending the wires, right? So I extended this wire, yeah, and shorted it here, and the solenoid got energized. So that was the time I ordered a brand new 24 volts electronic relay. And yeah, today it's working well. You saw it. I said it's warm, right? So let's remove this. Oh, we already removed. Let's try taking a look inside and see how the filter looks like. Alright guys, I've removed it. I don't know if it's wet. Let's take this out. Okay. Yeah, it's wet. See? The water dripping. It's working. Oops, it's working. It's really working, guys. You know what? Water can dry. There you go, it's wet. Perfect. Nice. It's working, guys. It's really working. It's fixed now. Alright, let me reset it back well. I hope you guys learned a lot from this debugging or troubleshooting. So if you want to save money and your humidifier is not working, yeah, follow my instructions. And oh, I gotta really fix this thing. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, eventually, you know what, we'll get some calcification which will avoid that leak. 1 second. So now that we know it's working well, I replaced back all the connectors back to there. It was hanging earlier here, right? And then we're gonna connect this back as well. And then also I've replaced the cover. And then the last thing you want to do is turn on the circuit breaker. Yeah, on the main box. Yep, that's it, guys. Hopefully you learned something from this deep troubleshooting of a non-working humidifier. Alrighty, guys, later. Alrighty, guys, I hope you enjoyed this debugging session of the humidifier. Yeah, I'm really happy that it's working now. Yeah. So here's my tip. Always check the humidifier twice a year. I didn't check it for like 2 or 3 years, which probably might have made the relay fail. So when I opened this last time, the filter was actually calcified. It was actually so powdery, and yeah, it was so bad. And yeah, guys, that's what you have to do. Do it like once or twice a year. Yeah, ideally twice a year. Okay. Alrighty, guys. That's all I wanted to share, and please subscribe, and yeah, like this YouTube video. Thank you so much.